Hello, beautiful people. What I'm about to share with you will make you laugh, but watch the video until the end because you're gonna learn something special. Today, I was just reflecting and I discovered that on the day of my defense, I had the topic diversity. And while I was carrying out my research, there are these two aspects that I myself, I learned something that really got me intrigued in my head. And I just wanted to share with you. The first thing I discover is that it doesn't matter whether you're short, you're tall, you're fat, you're slim, you're colored or not colored, you're white or black. It doesn't matter whatever form you appear. When you take two persons and you cut them, the same thing is going to come out, blood, and the color is red. And when you check very well, you will see the white blood cells. It's all the same. Secondly, it doesn't matter whether you're a queen, a king, a middle class, a lower class, or even maybe a nobody. It doesn't matter whether you eat the queen's food or the king's food, or maybe you eat better than others. You know, one thing I discover is that we all go to the toilet. At the end of the day, you will go to the toilet and I will also go to the toilet. Why am I sharing this with you? The other day, I was speaking with one leader, and she happens to be a German. So she was sharing with me. She told me that, Violet, I've been to Uganda and also South Africa, and I discovered that each time I send money to like help in Africa, the money always gets to the top, but it doesn't go to the bottom. That means she was directly saying that the money gets to these organizations, but the people who really need the help, it doesn't really get to them. So we got into a deeper discussion, and I was like trying to propose to her. I was telling her that, you know, one thing I've discovered is that it doesn't matter whether you're an American, a European, an African, we are all interconnected. We need one another. For example, I told her that, for example, the Europeans, they have the know-how, they have the technology, they have the intelligence. And we, the Africans, we have the resources. So the way God created it is in such a way that we need one another. We are interdependent on one another. So I told her that I've discovered that decades, years over years, Europeans have been trying to help Africa by sending money. You know, in German we say spend. They try to spend money. You know, everybody try to like send money to Africa. We can help Africa by always sending money, you know. And I told her that, what if we try another strategy? We all know that Europe, for example, I was focused on Europe because she's a German. I say Europe, for example, has the know-how, they have the technology. Look, for example, the internet system here in Germany is very good, but students in Africa, they find it difficult when it comes to the aspect of research because the internet, for example, is not good. Yeah, so I told her that a possible solution would be not always sending money to Africa, but if Europe, for example, can share with Africa the know-how, their technology, their intelligence. Africans are smart people, but you know, in this life, somebody has to show you the way out. It is by nature. It is clear. It's not something to argue about. The Americans, the Europeans, they have the technology, they have the know-how more than Africa. And we Africans, on the other hand, we have the resources. How can we now then find a solution at the middle, you know? How can we come together at a point where everybody will feel respected and honored? I told her that the solution will not always be sending money to Africa, you know, creating this picture of like, oh, we the better people, we the richer people wants to help the lesser people by always sending money. I told her that that could not really be the best solution, and we have all seen over the years that it's not really working. So I was proposing to her that the solution could be to teach the Africans, to show the Africans they know how. Yes, it is very clear the technology in Europe is top. If the Europeans take this technology and transfer it to the Africans, they are super intelligent Africans who are willing to learn. For example, in the sector of internet, the internet in Europe is super. It is super. In German we say super, it means top. As a student, you can carry out your research, you can explore the world through the internet. But a student in Africa doesn't have these opportunities. Why? Because the data there costs a lot. It's not like we don't have the resources. We have the resources, but the know-how, the technology is not there. Hello.
Stop.
So a possible solution will be really that we interhelp one another with the right strategy. For example, the Europeans sharing with the Africans the technology, the know-how, the strategies. I hope this video could inspire you. Ciao. In German we say ciao, it means bye. But